Hello and welcome to our letter of the day video. Today's letter is the letter L. Letter L looks like this. There's uppercase and lowercase l. The sign language for L looks like this. It looks like the letter L. Just put your pointer finger up and your thumb to the side. Let's see if we can remember all the sign language letters so far. Will you sing the ABC song with me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. And there is our letter for the day. That is our letter for today, letter L. Now we're going to talk about L is for the library. And so what do you find at the library? Books. And what are inside the books? Words. So today we're going to decorate the letter L with words. I cut out some words from a magazine, but you could cut some words out of a newspaper, or you could even write some words if you wanted to. So I'm just going to decorate my L with lots of words. Let's put some down here, and there's one. And let's put that one there, and I think I have space for maybe one more right there. Okay, so I decorated L with lots of words like from a book. Now we're going to write the letter L, and it is the easiest one yet. To write the uppercase letter L, you're just going to make a number 1 and slide out. Number 1 and slide out. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house, okay? So on the handwriting house, you're just going to make a number 1. And then you're just going to trace across the bottom. Just like this, number 1 and slide out. Number 1 and slide out. Number 1 and then slide out. That's the uppercase letter L. Now the lowercase letter L is even easier. All you have to do is make the number 1. That was super easy, wasn't it? On the handwriting house, you're just going to fall straight down and make a number 1. That's the lowercase L. It's exactly like a number 1. Lowercase L is probably the easiest letter we've learned all year. So there you go. That's the lowercase L. Well, let's talk about what letter L sounds like. To make the letter L sound, you have to put your tongue on the top of your mouth like this. Letter L says, It almost sounds like we're singing, doesn't it? La, la, la. Letter L says, as in la, la, la. Well, I have a fun song that I found, and I'm going to put the link below so that you can listen to this sound later. But let's listen to it together right now, or just a little part of it. So this song has lots of la, 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 and also lu, lu, lu. Let's sing a little of it together. Let's sing Lou, 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 Lou. Can you do that? La 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 la. Sing letter L sound. La 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 la. Orange. La 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 la. Strawberry. super fun. And I'll put the link below so that you can listen to the rest of that song. But what does letter L say? Letter L says L as in la la la. Well, now that you know what letter L sounds like, let's do some blending. What are the vowels? The vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, now let's add that L and let's read these together, or let's blend them together. Then we'll read L, A, La, La, L, E, Le, Le. Let's put L with I. L, I, Li, Li. L, A, La, La. L, La, La. Now let's do some reading. I want this first one to say lad. So what letter says d, 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 like you're knocking on the door? That's the letter D. So let's read this together. Lad, lad. A lad is like a little boy. This next one I want to say leg. So what letter says g, 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 g? That's the letter G. So let's read this together. Leg, leg. The next one I want to say lip, like your lip right here. So what letter says p, 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 like popcorn? P, p, p. That's the letter P. Let's read. Lip, lip. The next one I want to say lot, lot. So what letter says t, 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 t? Like a ticking clock. That's letter T. Let's read this together. Lot, lot. And I think you read a lot of really cool words today, but we're not quite finished because I want us to do our sight word reader. So do you remember what this word is? We've been working on it this week. Where? This word is where. Is my. Let's do that again, okay? Where is my? Now everything in the sight word reader is going to start with L, so keep that in mind as we read, okay? Okay, here we go. Put your finger right here on the first dot, and every time you say a word, move to the next dot. Where is my ladybug? Where is my ladybug? Let's do the next one. Where is my leaf? Where is my leaf? The last one's a little tricky. This is a life vest or a life jacket. Where is my life jacket? Good job. A life jacket's what you wear if you're going to get on a boat so you can stay safe. Okay, you did a great job with our phonics and reading, and now it's time for math. I have to tell you something about the library. Sometimes at the library, the books get all mixed up. And so my books have gotten all mixed up and I need your help to put them back in order. So what's the first number? Number 1. Good job. What comes after 1? 2. What comes after 2? 3. What comes after 3? 4. Good job. What comes after 4? 5. What comes after 5? 6. What comes after 6? 7. What comes after 7? 8. What comes after 8? 9. And what comes after 9? 10. Very, very good. Well, now we're going to talk about ordinal numbers. You've got them in the right order, and now let's talk about ordinal numbers. The number 1 book is first on the shelf. The number 2 book is second. The number 3 book is third. The number 4 book is fourth. The number 5 book is fifth on the shelf. The number 6 book is sixth. The number 7 book is seventh. The number 8 book is eighth. The number 9 book is ninth. And the number 10 book is 10th. That's called ordinal numbers. You have to put that th at the end. Let's go all the way back to the beginning and let's count using ordinal numbers. First, I'll say it and then you say it. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Good job. Thank you so much for putting all those books back together in the right order with me. Now, I want to show you the inside of a book, and I want you to tell me what color are the words. The words are black. So that's our color for today, like the words in a book. Let's see if we can spell black. And I changed the song just a little bit. I'm going to say words in a book are black. Here we go. B-L-A-C-K spells black. B-L-A-C-K spells black. Words in a book are black. Words in a book are black. Words in a book are black. I like black. There's a letter L in this word, isn't there? How do you spell black? B-L-A-C-K spells black. Well, I have something else that's black. It's our shape for today, and it's a hexagon. This is Honey Hexagon. I'm Honey Hexagon. I live in a hive. I have 6 corners and 6 sides. Let's count the corners. A corner is where 2 sides meet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's count Honey Hexagon's sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a hexagon. Can you say hexagon? A hexagon has 6 corners and 6 sides. Well, now for art, we're going to make a bookmark. So let's head over to the art table and get started. Okay, so here are the supplies for our art project. I'm using just a harder kind of paper. This is actually an old file folder. If you don't have an old file folder, you could just look around and find any kind of paper that's just a little bit harder than normal paper. Your normal paper might tear, so you could look around and maybe find like a cereal box. The cardboard of a cereal box works just great. Let me tap on this so you can see. See, the paper is just a little bit harder and more sturdy, so that makes a really great bookmark. Now, we're going to be making this bookmark, and we're talking about the library. Inside a library book or any book are words, and the words are made up of letters. So I'm going to decorate my bookmark with letters. If you don't have letter stickers, you could just write some letters. You could even write your name if you'd like to. You can decorate your bookmark however you'd like to. Okay, so next I'm going to punch a hole in the top. I have a hole punch like this, a hole puncher, but if you don't, I bet you could just take a pencil and poke it in there to make the hole. Finally, I'm just taking a piece of ribbon and I'm going to just put it in the hole that we made, and I'm going to tie it. And there you have it. That is a bookmark. I'm going to come back around now and I'm going to talk to you about how you can use a bookmark. Okay, so here's the bookmark that we made. I think it looks really good. Let me tell you how you use a bookmark, because maybe you've never used one before. You will, especially as you begin to read more and more. Sometimes you want to read and maybe mom says time for dinner and you have to leave, but you really want to finish and you want to come back to the place you were in the book. So that's when you can add a bookmark. You can close up the book, and then after dinner or after you play or whenever you're ready to read again, you can just simply open the book back up to where the bookmark was, and you'll know your space that you were reading from. This is my Bible, and I have lots of bookmarks that I use in my Bible. Okay, well, now we're going to do social studies. Normally we do science, but today we're going to do something called social studies. That just means learning about the world around you. And we're going to learn about the very first library. So a long time ago, L is for long, they didn't have paper. And so they would have to use clay. That's something that's like dirt from outside. They would mix it with water and press it out. And then they would use something to write the words on it and then let it dry. And so it became these clay tablets that were really hard. And that was the books. Those were the first books. The very first library was called the Library of Ashurbanipal. Ashurbanipal was a king, and he had the very first library. In fact, there were 30,000 clay tablets in his library. Now, the words on the clay tablets weren't the letters and words that we use here today. They used cuneiform. That was just some symbols and kind of drawings that represented their alphabet. So we're going to go back over to the table, and we're going to see if we can make some cuneiform. I'll see you there. Well, I don't have any clay to make cuneiform, but I do have some Play-Doh. So I'm just going to take the Play-Doh and I'm going to kind of press it flat like this. And then I'm going to use a little toothpick to make some symbols in it. I'm actually going to make a triangle. And if you have a stamp, you could also stamp something into yours like this. I have this flower stamp. You could even use the end of a marker. It makes a pretty cool design too. So this is pretty cool. This is like the cuneiform, which was the clay tablets that were found in the very first library. Well, a little bit later, they did make paper, but they didn't make it exactly like the way we do it today. They used papyrus leaves. Papyrus is a plant, and they would take the leaves from this plant and they would dry them, and then they would write on those. When they were finished, they would roll them up into scrolls. This is called a scroll. So the first libraries used this cuneiform on clay tablets, and then later they used scrolls. Let me come around right now and read a story to you. It's about Lola. She's going to go to the library. Okay, so our story today is called Lola at the Library. This story is by Anna McQuinn and Rosalind Beardshaw. Lola at the Library. Lola loves Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, Lola and her mommy go to the library. Do you ever go to the library? The library opens at 9 o'clock, but Lola is ready to go long before that. She puts all the books she borrowed last week in her backpack. Her library card is also very important. The library is not very far away, so Lola and her mommy always walk there. Lola and her mommy give back the books from last week. The librarian buzzes them through the machine. There is a special section in the library just for children. It is really cool. Nobody ever says, Shh. Sometimes there is singing. Lola knows all the words and the hand motions for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Sometimes there is story time. Lola loves that. After story time, Lola chooses her books. In the library, she can have any book she wants. Lola likes stories with bears and anything with shoes. There are so many, it takes ages to choose. Mommy has some books too. The librarian buzzes them through the machine, then stamps the date inside. Lola must bring them back in 2 weeks, but she will probably be back for more long before then. Lola and her mommy always get a snack after visiting the library. Mommy has a cappuccino and Lola has juice. Whenever Lola has been good, her mommy lets her taste the foam. Mmm. Then it is time to go home again. Every night after Lola is tucked in bed, her mommy reads her a story. It is the best way to end the day. The end. Well, I hope you had fun learning about letter L in libraries. I will see you next time for our letter of the day video. Goodbye.